Hi everyone, it's Kimberly with Seattle Lux Homes. I'm super excited to have one of my oldest and dearest friends from college, Stephanie Spranger's here today. And she's here to debunk that myth that making pizza at home is difficult, because it's not. And she's actually made it super easy.
Yeah, so I grew up in a family with 5 kids, and so every Friday night we'd always go out to pizza. And then as we got older, we started making pizza. And so now all these years later, when my parents come to visit in Seattle, I make pizza for them and for my nieces and nephews, and then I come over to Kim's house and make pizza for Kim and her kids too.
She's really perfected it, and I'm so excited for you to try it for your friends and family. And I like all your little tips, so let's get into it.
Okay, great. So to make the crust, what you want to do is start with a bowl with 1 1/3 cups of warm water. And so when we say warm water, we want it to put your finger in it and just make sure it's like bath water. You'll sprinkle in some rapid rise yeast, and then I just sprinkle in 1 tablespoon of sugar. And then what you'll want to do is take a fork and just whisk it together. So from there, all that you do is you add 2 tablespoons of olive oil, and I kind of whisk it around. And then you'll add in 4 cups of flour. So I just dump it in, and then I just use my clean hands to just mix it all together and knead it. And you'll notice that if it's dry, add a little bit of water. If it's too wet, add more flour. So what you'll want to do then is you'll get a stainless steel bowl and oil it with some olive oil. And then you'll take the dough, put it in the stainless steel bowl, and cover it with plastic wrap. And then you'll put it in a preheated 200-degree oven. Be sure to turn the oven off.
Because she has definitely left it on, and that has not
Then you'll have
recommended.
hazmat team arriving. Blue smoke and plastic everywhere.
Like I said, we've been friends a long time. We've been through it all.
We burn down houses. Okay, all right. Next up is the sauce. So take a medium-sized saucepan, turn on the heat to medium, and sprinkle in some olive oil, as much as you like. It could be a tablespoon, it could be 3 tablespoons. And then add in some diced garlic. Mix the garlic around the olive oil just until it starts to smell. And then what you'll do is just dump in a can of whole peeled tomatoes, a big can, 32 ounces. And what you do is mix it around a bit until it bubbles, and then just let it simmer for 2 to 3 minutes, and then put the tomatoes in a bullet. Okay, so now we're gonna take the dough out of the oven. It's been in there for about an hour, and you'll know that it's ready because it's roughly doubled in size.
Okay.
So then what you'll want to do is take off the plastic wrap and then just punch it down. So you just give it a couple good punches.
That's my favorite part.
Yep, punch it down. So once you take the dough out of the oven, crank that oven up as hot as it will go. So 500, 550. What I like to do, this is a big tip that I've learned. The idea of using flour or cornmeal to roll out the dough, no, that makes a lot of mess. What you really just want to do is use a piece of parchment paper, put your dough on the parchment paper, and then kind of just press it down. And then once it's flat, put a couple pieces of plastic wrap over it.
This is my favorite
This is
tip.
the best tip.
Love it.
So you roll out the dough, and you'll see that then you can keep rolling, and you don't have to worry about it being a perfect circle. Mine are never perfect circle. They're always the shape of some state. And so you roll it out, and then when it's thin, you want the pizza to be quite thin. So really almost like see-through thin. Then you just peel off the plastic wrap, and then put the pizza crust that's on the parchment paper, and we'll put it in the oven. And then I just watch it. So I watch it for a few minutes to see, sometimes it will bubble, other times it remains flat, but it starts to get nice and brown, almost like a cracker. And so I take the crust out of the oven when it almost appears as though the crust is done. So you take the crust out, and then from here you can put on your toppings. So what you'll want to do is just some sauce, and you'll sprinkle on some cheese. And then for this pizza, we'll use pepperoni, black olive, and we'll put it back in the oven. So I normally cook the pizza. This is where I just watch it. I never set a timer. I always just look in the window of the oven, because you can just see, like, mostly you want the cheese to be melted and the pepperoni to be crisp.
Voila! It's awesome. I love it so much. And it's so fun because I love when the kids and everyone gets involved too, because they can pick their toppings and make their own customized pizzas. It's so fun.
And it's super fun. And what Luca loves, Kim's son, is to put arugula on top of the pizza.
This looks so great. And one of my other favorite things to do is drink really nice wine with pizza. And actually one of our friends from college, Angela Taylor, started this winery, Feste Wines, and I love it with pizza. So head on over to SeattleLuxeHomes.com for the full recipe and check it out and make some pizza for your family. Thanks so much, Steph.
Thank you.
Okay.
Eat up.